Hey. Shit. When I met her with the backpack, so tan, and I'm never gonna get that. Oh man, and I'm never gonna call you like them. Why the fuck was I on you? Goddamn, but I wanna talk about it. Please just give me the options. I wanna forget you, I wanted to leave you to sell my shit at the auction. But you want me to up and leave, hey. You want me to leave my scene, hey. Man, I'll never do that. Staying true to myself and the gentleman's back. But nothing is realer to me. At the gym all the time, but your figure is weak. But I don't really give a fuck about you. I only really care what that mouth do. But I wanna be that guy for you. I wanna be that guy for me. I wanna be the top of this shit, the Mount Olympus, the Savage District. But I don't really care, I don't really fair. I'm just trying to be better. Ride together, right or wrong. Ride in town, dance right to this song. But this is crazy, I'm rocking up, and everybody get me popping it off. Giving raps, motherfuckers really wanted a ball, but I'm a loose cannon when I spark pains, and I come back, everybody calling the times, but I'm the motherfucking man each second. I don't really give a fuck, but you lead the weapon, let's go. Damn, what the fuck are we doing? We always try and talk, but we never pursue it. Cause we just so emotional. You try to be yourself at the honor roll, but making the great tunes, making the great music, making all this shit together. Never no more, I don't care, no. I couldn't give a fuck about your hair, though. But you kinda weird, you kinda sexy, girl, you kinda weird. But still want you in my bed right now. Still really want you to come around right now. But I'm on the song for life. You are crazy with the poltergeist. You are a little crazy, the hope is nice, the older type. And I don't really get you right, but really gon' get you, really gon' feel that. I don't really care when I met you. We on the undertones, we run around damn like it's basketball. But goddamn, when I wrote back, shit, we never really broke that. Goddamn, I just want a Kodak. I wanna take a photo of your whole back. But travel the world, travel the times, hide in the back, I ain't writing no rhymes. But wanna stand next to you, wanna feel your body so phenomenal, damn.
You know that I love someone else. Oh yeah. You don't care, you want me for yourself. You're a selfish lover, yeah, yeah. And you know I want you, yeah, yeah.
And I just wanna know why you're not around me. Cause baby, I don't wanna know, baby. Let me think about you, save me. On my own, leaving you out in the cold, leaving you so empty, just move on. Oh. You know it. Ooh.
Poppin' on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. Poppin' on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. I'ma blow today. I ain't hearing what they say. Need a blue face, I've been caring about a race. I've been trying to eat, I need more than just a taste. Now they trying to talk, oh no, they should know their place. Man, I'm ballin', this ain't cap, baby, now I feel like calling. From the O, but I got the music poppin'. All the time, man, it started get obnoxious. Now I gotta drive, yeah, I'm feeling nauseous. Gotta drive top down, then I hop out. I've been feeling hot now, feeling like the man, I'm my own boss now. Telling all my exes, now they getting crossed out. Poppin' on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today.
I already blew up, man, I knew I would, okay. Who the hell is you to tell the dude that I ain't great? Play my work, then work my plan, and now I'm on my straight. I soak up the love and I repel all of the hate. Big Sage, why they tryna play us? I make 20 racks to rap up on the stage, I invested that right back to my estate, Dinner table, everyone gon' get a play, Started with $5 bills, shoot for dollars in the Ville. I'm in the villa, I'm counting the skrilla. My mama say I gotta chill. Turning down record deals, now I got a couple mil. Automated all the bills, I'm concerned about the thrills. I'm on a yacht with a big booty, 10 out of 10, little mama. I'm on a tour bus, moving around the country, counting money in pajamas. I don't deal with any drama. You gotta email my sister, that's my assistant. I'm out the business, God is my business.
Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. Long days, longer nights, you feel? Now, I don't even know lately. Take it, go. It's too much. Whoa.
We started, apparently.
Oh, hello.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to our show, starting at a very prompt 9 o'clock. Thanks for the heads up, Dan. Anyways, here we are. Welcome to Show and Tell Live. We are glad to have you all back. We are having ourselves a grand old time behind the scenes, so now it's time to bring it to the screens. But I can't do it alone. So joining me to my squares in red over here, we have Alex.
Pew, 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 pew. Dan trying his best to block me once again by putting the merch board in my corner.
Next up over here in green, we have Max.
Oh, hello! Hey, everybody. It's me.
Max, I feel like I can see so much of you with this unblocked view. Up next in blue, we have Steve. Well said.
I know what I'm doing.
Is he here?
There he is. And then finally, man, myth, legend, Dan.
Heyo!
Dan.
I realized 3 seconds before you turned me on that I did not turn my mic on, and I'm like, huh! But it's all right.
Now we're all here. How's it going, gang? Glad to see you all. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our first game. This game is Vacation Slideshow, real classic in the improv world. So we've gotten a relationship. Let's see, what do we got? Of course, Wizard and Apprentice. Thank you, Carbs, for that great suggestion. Wizard and Apprentice. So this game is for Steve and Alex, and they're going to tell us about the last time they went on vacation together. Classic Wizard and Apprentice. Go ahead and take it away, guys.
It seems that it's time for us to recount our wonderful adventure.
Of course. Yes, I feel like I've learned so much in your tutelage.
Of course. And what
more could you have learned from me other than my sick train dancing skills?
Yes, it was amazing. It was like you were using your magical powers, but you weren't. You were just dancing in the subway. I had to take a picture.
The truth behind magic is that you must become what you seek to create, otherwise it will not be.
Ah, I see, I see. Thank you for your wise words.
That's why I became a dancing sensation when I entered Dancing with the Stars. That's how I practiced for feats like these.
Wow, it's amazing. I feel like maybe if I used some kind of anti-gravitation method, I could learn that, but I don't think I can do it just on my own.
No, you must learn the power of dance first, my grasshopper.
Okay, well, let's go on. Let's go on to your next lesson, please. I think I've learned enough of this one.
All right, swipe time.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yes, I feel like I recall this this cursed creature that we had to. Did you want me to? I think dispel its evil or something?
yes, it had a knife. I told you to get the knife out of its hands.
Right. Well, I was so busy taking a picture of it that I didn't have any free hands to take the knife out of its hand.
Yeah, and that's
So,
how I got that gnarly scar that you tagged me with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it does look really cool. It makes you look like an even cooler wizard now.
Yeah, but now I can barely do my kick flips.
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll heal up, or you can use some healing magic or something.
Well, the doll was cursed with anti-healing magic, so now I must writhe in pain forever at the
Oh,
thought
no.
of the kick flips that could have been.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, hey, maybe your next lesson will have something that I can learn about, how we could help you in some way.
Uh,
Where must we go?
where must we go?
Yes, where must we go in order to learn more magic?
We've got to go to the next picture.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could go there. That's an interesting place with
Yes.
magical babies.
Yes, yes. See, these aren't actually statues. They're real people who have solidified in magical metal to learn the power of magic because they could not learn the power of dance first.
I see, I see. So I need to learn to crawl before I can learn to dance? Is that what you're telling me?
No, the lesson here is don't cheat, otherwise you'll be encased in molten metal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
You've
that's
got
a
to
good
put
lesson.
the hard work in. These people tried to cheat the system, and now they asses out forever.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for that lesson. Why don't we just move on to the next lesson?
All right, next lesson. Oh, my poor eyes. What?
Is this some kind of warning about cheating again? Is this what happens after you get encased in metal?
Oh no, this is my death site. I've picked it out. See, there was someone here before me, but I've evicted them.
Oh, okay. So do I need to find like my own cursed tomb to learn magic powers or something?
Right now, focus on learning how to dance and channel the power of rhythm, and then in time you will learn magic. Here is where I go to die.
Okay.
So
okay.
you've got like 2 days with me left.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll try to learn as much as I can.
You better. Otherwise, I'm gonna die, and you're not gonna learn anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you remember? Here, I've got this next picture. It's great. Do you remember that one time that we went to that party dimension?
Oh God, do I remember the party dimension? No. I was hungover the whole time. I was hungover all the time after.
Well, it was a pretty cool dimension. I mean, all of the water is wine, and all of the wine is water. So
Yes, I came home with a couple of phone numbers on my arm. I don't remember how I got them, though.
oh man, you've really got to learn me how to do that spell.
Trust me, when you drink as much as I do, you'll learn the forget me spell soon enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I got out of the party dimension, all I had was a really bad tattoo of the name of someone named Genevieve. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, yeah, I think her number is still tattooed on my arm.
Oh, okay. You got her number and I just got her name. Okay.
Yeah, wait, it's coming back to me. I'm starting to remember that night. You just followed me around.
Oh, well, yeah, I was probably trying to learn your ways. Oh, and I think I do remember. Yeah, you asked me to when you were getting the number tattooed, you asked me to get the name tattooed so you wouldn't forget whose number it was.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
I mean, that's my apprenticeship duties for you.
Yeah, how about the rest of those names? Do you still have the other ones tattooed?
No, I got most of them removed with
Oh,
magic
darn,
lasers.
I've been meaning to call that third person that we met.
I mean, I've got a scar where that was, but that's about all.
Yes. Anyways, moving on. I had such a great time on our vacation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's everything that we learned. So
Yeah.
I mean, you are one of the best party wizards of all time, and
Thank you.
I am humbled by your presence.
Thank you. Well, be humbled no more, for I'm gonna go die now.
Okay, all right, I will do my best to take your place.
All right. Have a good one. Charlie?
Have a good death.
Is your name Charlie?
Enjoy the afterlife.
Party wizards are like mayflies. They only live for like a week and then they have to pass on to the next one. Oh, so apparently Hugs just full on recognized that spot at the end there. I knew the name of it and everything, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It looked pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I found another photo. It might be from the same might be from the same place where there's like a big hot tub, but they all have like chopsticks that look like they're eating noodle people out of the hot tub. I don't know if it's the same place or I found it from the same photo collection, but yeah,
That's pretty cool.
pretty cool. Awesome. Well, here we are again. Another week.
Welcome everybody to an improv.
Alex, what's going on with your mic there?
Oh
buddy?
my God, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, something's up.
Yeah.
Mute yourself and come back on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your mic.
It sounds like you've been smoking for about 4 decades.
Wait, is it still happening?
Yeah.
Alex, put your hand to your neck like this and just start talking.
I don't understand what's going on.
Oh no, Alex.
It is one of those commercials, youngster Jazz. I don't know. Oh man. Thank you, Lolo. Thank you, Lolo Frosty, for joining us here. Glad to have you. We are Show and Tell Live, a weekly comedy improv stream. That's us, baby. We're doing it. Alex, how you feeling? Feeling better, buddy?
I don't know. Do I feel better?
You do feel better.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Oh no, the whole order's messed
We've
up.
messed up the
No.
Oh no!
Okay, wait. We don't need to leave the call. Just everybody turn off their video, and we just need to turn them on.
We have
Oh my
to
God.
reassemble ourselves.
Whew.
Bum, 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 bum.
This is gonna be.
Just everybody turn off your video.
Okay. Okay.
Man, this is
Don't worry, we're
an
still here.
adventure.
We're professionals. Show
gonna
and tell,
be-
assemble.
All right, Max. All right, Alex and Steve, you're in the right spots.
Okay.
And
Turn his video on. Yeah.
oh wait, no, you're not anymore.
Oh.
Max, get out of here.
Ah!
Steve, stay in here.
Oh
This
boy.
This
This
is
is kind
great.
of fun, actually. I'm enjoying it.
This is a great puzzle.
We're
The
gonna do
joys
so
of
much
life.
improv.
All right,
after
Dom,
this.
turn your
Okay, now it's Dom and
damn
Max,
turn
right?
yours back on. Oh, there we go. 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 There we go.
Ba, ba, ba,
There we go.
ba.
There we go.
Yeah.
Show
Look
and
at
tell
that.
live. Assemble.
We did it. We solved the puzzle.
We've been telling about how this just makes us feel like we're in the Power Rangers, and that really was just like the moment for me right there. We've gotten our Zord. We're ready to go. All right. Why don't we get back to doing some actual improv? That was enough shenanigans.
Real quick before we do that, if you notice up there, what's that?
Oh,
That's the merch shirt. It's back, baby. If you have any suggestions, we can do that now. That's all.
what? Wow. Whoa.
Look at what we have right now. Max cheats at Zumbinis. Perfect.
True.
They do know. All right, let's jump into our next game. We're gonna be playing bullshit again. Heyo. So what we're gonna need from the chat is we are going to need a statement to defend. The way this game is going to work is you're going to give us statements that we have to defend. These are some really hard questions to answer. They could be scientific questions. They could be historical questions. Pretty much anything you've ever wanted to know, but we're too afraid to ask your teachers. Zen Frox, thank you for the sub. 4 months in a row, baby. Love to see you.
Zen. Love you, Zen.
Go check out a lot of Zen's cool stuff. They're doing some awesome streams on their channel as well. And where were we? Bullshit. Right. So the way that this game works is you're going to ask us these questions, and then we're also going to give you the option to live poll. That means that you can start to, in real time, vote whether or not you think the thing we're saying is true or absolutely made up nonsense. Fact or fiction, baby. That's the way it works. Everyone will have 2 minutes to answer their questions, and you can vote anytime. 90 seconds, and you can have any. That's fiction. You can vote at any time during their speech. All right, let's get into it. Let's get some questions in the chat.
You're up first, Dom.
I am up first.
Dom's up first.
Some questions in the chat. Wow, I feel so like Orwellian.
Whoa, big giant brain.
Whoa, big brain.
Hello. How's it going? All right. So what we need from you, Youngster Jazz, is we need questions about history, science, philosophy, politics, anything that you've ever wanted to know. Do we have a question for me first?
Yeah, you have. Why did the 100-Year War actually only take 10 years?
Yes, of course. Well, the 100-Year War actually only took 10 years because it's not the total number of years that the wars were fought, but it's the total number of years fought for the individual armies. You see, there were 10 armies in the 100 Years' War, and the war lasted 10 years for each of those individual armies, meaning that in total there was about 100 years worth of fighting. It's the same reason that when you get 6 people in a room that went to Harvard, they like to joke that between them they have like 40 years of Harvard experience. They don't. They're just as good as anyone else, but they just all happen to be at the same place at the same time, as we know is true with the 100 Years' War. I mean, what with France and England and Scotland and China and Japan and New Zealand and Sweden. Switzerland wasn't there because they were being neutral, of course, but Denmark and Norway and Norway's little cousin, Finland. And that's what the 10 combatants, right? Those are the 10 people that fought in the war. Now, together, they... see, the thing that was kind of tricky is they were all fighting against all of them. And you would think this would qualify as a world war, but it wasn't because South America wasn't allowed to participate in this particular war. Otherwise, it would have been a 200-year war because they would have had another group of 10 combatants also fighting with them. But to answer the original question, it's just simple mathematics, you see. 10 people fighting for 10 years each.
That is time. Ooh, a 50-50 tie. Oh, man.
I'm going to say if it wasn't enough to persuade him, I'm probably out. If I couldn't get that one extra vote, I'm probably done so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you out of there. Next up, we got Steve.
All right.
So we need a new question.
Yeah, keep spamming those questions as we're talking, everyone. Let's see. South America was busy. They certainly were. questions for Steve. What do we got?
I think there's only one other question. Come on, guys. We got plenty of answers for you.
We're an expert
Big
on a
brain
lot of
folks.
topics.
Yeah, we're experts on every single topic possible. Yeah.
That qualifies as a lot.
This is a good one from Uh-Oh. How do we learn that girls were made from sugar, spice, and everything nice, Steve?
Well, personally, I know of the recipe book for humanity, and it was very interesting how we came about to find this, because so you may be aware of the Dead Sea Scrolls, but further back in the cave with the Dead Sea Scrolls were the Dead Sea recipes, and that's where we found all of our baking knowledge about humans. And so we from there learned that girls were made of sugar and spice, because that's the right ingredients to get the right texture and the right shape for the bread to rise to turn into a human. Otherwise, men are made of snips and snails, because that's what it takes to knead into the dough, which will cause the bread to rise differently, thus causing the difference in appearance and in other areas as well. See, personally, I like to make a wheat human. It's better for your health, and it's easier to digest in total. And ultimately, wheat humans are better because they have those little bits in them, like the seeds. You can see the seeds, and they pop when you chew.
And that is time.
Ooh, Steve.
Yikes.
100%. No. That's a big old no for you. I'm quite sorry. Looks like we're moving on to our next knowledge base. With a highlight, Max, why was there a war against emus?
Okay, this is a great question. So the war in which you're referring is the war in New Zealand that was against the emus. Now, you might be thinking about a similar war that took place in Australia. However, remember that the two land masses were once together, and then because of a large earthquake, they split apart. Because of the splitting, they actually a similar species that was this ancestral raptorous bird had split off from the mainland, and because it was isolated geographically, it evolved into the emu. And now the thing is that when there were eventually wars, I'm assuming that the war with the emus. See, emus actually go to war with nearly every single other species that is around, and that doesn't limit to just animalistic species. This is also plant-like species and fungal species. They will go to war with just about any species. However, when the humans came about, that's when we really started fundamentally calling them wars. And that's when, again, the species of the emu identified us as Homo sapiens and wanted to go to war with us. And it was a very brutal fight. It was bloody, and it was for the sovereignty of New Zealand. And it really turned out that there was a clear winner of the emus. However, they did sign a peace treaty as long as the humans paid taxes.
Time.
Wow. Well,
Look at
class is in session, apparently. People were taking notes on that one.
Damn.
Yeah.
They believe.
No, well, Max currently is in the lead with 1.
Right. I did
Thank you, Macaroni and Brie, for the bits. Glad to have you.
Woo!
We are currently getting questions for anyone who joined us, getting some questions that Max is going to have to answer for us, and you get to vote whether or not you think they're fact or fiction. Let's move on to our next question. Yes. Why do mushrooms make spores, Max?
Right, this is a great question. So another kind of biological question. Mushrooms make spores because mushrooms are inherently, you might think about like, why is fungi different from plants? It's actually very simple. Fungi are plants that are magical. Trees, bushes, ferns, they contain no magic within them, and they need the sun to give them energy. Fungi are exactly plants, however, they are magical. That's how they're determined to be different in the plant kingdom. So that's the reason why fungi don't need the sunlight to live. Fungi generally don't have leaves or any other kind of green material because they draw in energy from the world around them. Actually, Goku was originally designed around a fungus because he draws in energy from the people of the planet, and that's very similar to how fungi work, where they draw in. Fungi have these tendrils that go out in the soil, and they draw in energy from the planet to be able to create their bodies. And then when they reproduce and they create more mushrooms or more fungi, they send out these spores. And these spores are the kind of magical vehicles that is a sort of a seed of fungi that will land and create more mushrooms.
Time.
Oh, so close, Max. So close. Unfortunately, I think your turn at the podium is finished. Moving on to our next contestant.
What up? That's me.
What up? Dan, something I know that you know a ton about. When will the mole people of the underground resurface?
The mole people from the underground have resurfaced in the past. If you remember the War of 1812, that's actually when they first came up. And actually, according to my calculations, they are not going to be resurfacing again. What they realized is that the surface is what you make it. So they sort of came up here during the year 1812. They looked around and were like, hey, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. We got all this underground. So they went back underground, and now they put a new regime into their government system. And now they're changing the nomenclature of their whole government. And they're talking about their underground is actually their surface. And actually, our surface is actually just the above ground. See, the ground and above ground, whatever you give the sort of like the prefix to, that sort of is like not the original. So they're just sort of changing their nomenclature to make sure that people stay where they want to stay. Now, is that a power-hungry thing so that way people keep working for the mines and keep the government getting richer? Yes. But to answer just your question, no, I do not think they're going to be resurfacing anytime soon. They've already tried that out. Between you and me, I think they really should get rid of that government head because it sort of isn't really helping for the overall economy of what the mole people are doing down there. But to each their own, you know, the more mole, the less mole. Yeah, that's it.
The more mole, the less mole.
Ooh.
Well, you passed. I don't know how, but you know they bought into it.
It was the War of 1812.
Said that they
like,
believe everything you say, regardless. Dan. Wow. I guess we'll take another one. Yeah. Could you explain the physics behind the tomato gravity theory?
Yes. So the tomato gravity theory is the theory that if you throw a tomato up in the air, that it'll land back on the ground. But it will actually break as it lands on the ground. So this is the sort of thing that reminds us that gravity is unforgiving. So a thrown up tomato is as good as a smashed tomato, is basically as far as we're going. So it actually first came to Isaac Newton when he was sitting under the tomato plant, and tomato fell on his head, and he realized that he was lying really low to the ground because tomato plants only get about 4 feet up in the air. I grew up on a farm, I would know that. And when he realized that it smashed all over his face, he realized that this was a great way to bring across the gravity of the situation. Ever since then, Newton started throwing tomatoes at comedians that he did not like to know about the gravity and the severity at which the people mistakenly led their lives going down comedy. And that's sort of the main modern context that we see the tomato gravity theory in nowadays. Some people have been starting to do it with apples. That's the wrong red fruit, unfortunately. But at least I know in my heart of hearts that tomatoes smashing, even when they get thrown up at me when I'm doing my quick five, is actually just a history lesson that all of my great supporters are trying to instill onto me as I am to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel so learned right now, I guess.
I'm too good at this game.
Yeah, clearly Dan is spitting nothing but facts.
You know what? Why don't we go and let Alex take a chance before we
Yeah,
spend
good.
all night on Dan's 2-hour lecture? I guess I just feel like your TED Talk on business has really bought you a lot of good merit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Alex, let's see. Alex, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Rachel?
Now that's a good question. A lot of people have searched for Rachel for a long time, and it's hard to determine exactly where she is because first we must determine which Rachel we're looking for. Now, many believe that it is in fact the Rachel in Christopher Nolan's Batman movie. And while that is certainly a Rachel that should be found, that's not actually the Rachel we're going to be talking about today. No, the Rachel we're talking about today is Rachel Ray. You see, Rachel Ray actually hasn't come into the public sphere in a very long time. And a lot of people are asking, where's Rachel? In fact, some of you may have even just thought, I haven't thought about Rachel Ray until just now when Alex mentioned her name. And that's true. But to answer your question, where is Rachel? The fact is, Rachel Ray turned her entire house into a kitchen. And so she has been just nonstop cooking things. She thinks that there's an audience there, but actually it's just a giant window to her backyard. So Rachel Ray has just been like nonstop cooking for her entire life now. And is, sort of using what she has learned in the television industry to sort of further her own, her own way of dealing with stay at home. So Rachel Ray is comfortable and at home and teaching her dogs how to cook because that's exactly what she should teach her dogs how to do.
Time.
Wow, really solid arguments there. You
that
tipped
comeback.
the scale. Tip the scale.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth on that one.
I genuinely have not thought about Rachel Ray in years.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
happening to her? I mean, I guess
Yeah.
I know now because you just told me, but
True. I think about that way with Emerald Lagasse too. What's he up to?
Yeah. Bam.
Still saying bam out there or whatnot? All right, Alex, we'll go on to one more question for you. And this is from Youngster Jazz. If I eat a chunk of a star, will I gain cosmic powers? If so, how?
Now that's a good question. Many people believe that if you eat a chunk of a star, you will gain cosmic powers. However, the truth is we are all already star chunks. When the galaxy was formed, it was created in massive explosions and the births and deaths of many stars. So it's not hard to deduce. It's not hard to seduce the stars and have them tell you that you can deduce that we are all made of stars. Once the stars exploded, some of that stardust landed on Earth, and that became the first life forms. So while it's possible to eat stars because all life forms are made of stars, you won't actually gain any more powers than just a full belly. Now, that's not to say that you can't eat chunks of stars if you go to a live star. Now, if you go to, for example, the sun and you try to eat a chunk of the sun, you're going to find that you may get some powers, but those powers may be from beforehand for the fact that you survived getting close enough to the sun. It's very difficult to get close enough to the sun to actually take a bite out of it. And if you do, you would be regarded as some kind of god figure. It's hard to tell what powers exactly you would gain here on Earth. But it's definitely possible that you would, be revered as something more than just human. Being able to eat a star also means that you are able to contain nuclear fusion inside your own body. Now, if you can become a human nuclear fusion reactor, you would solve the Earth's energy crisis. This in itself would give you a lot of power, not in the typical sense of like superpowers, but in influential power. If you were the one source of energy that the entire human population needed, you would be able to leverage that against all societies and have complete rule over everyone and everything that is ever decided.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Damn.
I think that about does it for today's lesson, but we did have some other brilliant questions there in chat, such as why is the earth flat and why is my house haunted by the ghost of J. Edgar Hoover? So thank you, young inquisitive minds. I'm sure we can have some extra credit on our Discord. Speaking of our Discord, we're going to be playing a very special game later tonight, and we're going to need things from you. And the only way to participate is to post pictures and join our Discord. So if you join our Discord, there is a special channel called Suggestions. Now what we need from you is things that are going to just really random pictures, kind of like how we did in the first game. Post some random ass pictures in our Discord, in the suggestion chat, and we are going to pull from them later in the game. That's all you get to know, because we don't want to spoil it for any of our performers. So go ahead and post those pictures. We'll remind you a couple times, but it's a really fun way to have a more direct influence in the show. I'm so excited to see what everyone's photos are.
Yeah, look for anything of artistic value.
That's a good way to put it.
Also,
right.
preferably mostly square or vertical orientation. For tech side, that is all.
One of those circular pictures that you keep finding on the internet.
Yeah, get rid of those circle photos.
I do have a question though.
Sure.
The war with the emos, was that Australia or New Zealand?
I think it was.
Yikes.
Great Emu War?
Did you hear how I covered my bases? Because at first I was like, oh, it was on New Zealand. However, they were originally the same landmass, so you might be thinking of the one on Australia.
Well, Max, that's kind of a cop-out. You can just be like, well, you know, Mexico's basically Ireland because of Pangea. So.
But it's not a mute point.
It's an emu point.
Ooh.
Oh, look at those puns.
To answer your question, it was Australia.
There we go. Very good. Where do we put the pictures? Put the pictures in the suggestion chat of our Discord.
I'll make a post because there are no posts in there. Post pics for the game here.
Awesome.
God damn it, Max. I just said I was doing it, and then you also do it.
Why don't we go ahead and jump into our next game? Speaking of puns, this is a pun game. So what we're going to need from the chat is a ton of professions. That's right. We're playing a game we like to call Swipe Right, where we're going to make some new spicy Tinder bios for all of our loyal swipers out there. So go ahead and start posting suggestions of professions, that's occupations, jobs, things you do, things that keep people busy and give them money, hopefully. And we're going to go ahead and start writing some bios off of that. And it looks like we've already got some coming in. So let's go ahead and jump to it. Our first Tinder bio is for the astronaut.
Hey, you look like you could use some space.
I hope you got a spacesuit on because I'm out of this world.
Hey, why don't you check out my rocket?
When I'm around you, I feel like I can't breathe.
In space, nobody can hear you scream.
Hey, my ride's hot enough to melt steel beams.
I have a whole lot of vertical thrust.
Hey,
I know how to break through an atmosphere. I don't know. Take that as you will.
You can call me.
I don't care about your weight.
Hey. Let's move on to the janitor.
I'll clean up after.
Hashtag bless this mess.
Hey.
I heard you are into men in uniform.
Okay, let's move on to the I like it. Shipwreck scavenger. Classic.
I'll plunder your booty.
Is that a secret message in a bottle in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
I've been told I'm a real buried treasure.
Wilson! Wilson!
My ex does not mark this spot.
Don't call me easy because I like to scrub the poop deck on the first date.
Steve! Just looking for a place I could drop anchor. Why don't we do knitters? People who knit. Familiar with them?
So, what are your interests?
I got a couple of good needles.
I can already see you and I will weave together.
I'm yearning for a long-term relationship.
I could literally leave you in stitches.
All I care about is my grandma.
Yeah, that's all it says. Honestly, it'd probably work.
Probably.
Why don't we move on to Ooh. Why don't we move on to plastic surgeons?
If you like playing with Legos, you'll love playing with me.
Thank you for the 100 minis, Macaroni and Brie. Glad you could be here. Yeah. So where were we? Plastic surgeons? That's right.
I'll help you catfish me.
Max, do yours one more time. I just want to see it again.
Okay, I said, do I look good?
Look, between you and me, I like to cut out all the bullshit.
I
like the relationship was pretty toxic.
I'm a pretty cutting edge lover.
Ooh.
All right, we'll do one more. The Gravekeeper, classic.
Do you want to date me? Of course.
I'm great with bodies.
Looking to dig in deep.
You won't be able to find any of my ex-lovers.
I promise to always bring you flowers.
I always know the right hole.
I'm over 6 feet.
We could etch our names together in forever.
All right, I think we'll call it there.
Oh, man.
Lots of love connections made tonight, clearly. Oh, good times.
Oh, my God. Good. Steve, so many hole references.
Dude, Tinder's a weird place.
That's fair.
It's a valid point. It's a valid point. Have any of you ever actually seen any amazing Tinder bios before that have really stuck with you in a real way?
Just mine.
Yeah, next time we're going to do dance moves. Oh, good stuff. Alrighty.
Oh man.
I binge watched all of the Harry Potter movies in the past 3 days.
Oh yeah?
In fact, yeah, I had to come up here while Melissa was still watching, and it was right during the whole Snape flashback in the last movie, and I'm like, I love this, but I can't watch it. I have to go stream.
Oh darn.
So sorry we took you away from your Harry Potter marathon.
Yeah. Come on.
It's such a shame we're gonna have to wait. I mean, it's only on ABC Family every other weekend, so it's like a whole year.
Yeah, and you definitely were talking about Harry Potter. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
They sold the Harry Potter weekends to other channels.
Did they give each channel a different movie though? So Sci-Fi showing like Goblet of Fire somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but after ABC Family became Freeform, like Sci-Fi's been doing Harry Potter weekends. What was the other one? Like TBS, I think. I don't know. But fun little fact about Freeform is if you don't know, it used to be ABC Family, and they changed the name of it now. Which was right about the time that all of the voice remotes came out, where you could just like talk into the remote and it would go to the channel. Which, as you may know, whenever something releases for the first time, it's not always great. So when parents wanted to go watch Frozen for their kids and they said Freeform into the remote, it came up as free porn.
Oh no.
Oh, I love those stories. This one is not true, but it is like an urban legend of the marketing world about like globalized products. Whereas like they had a car called Nova, but it wouldn't sell in Mexico because that means no go in Spanish. Which I did look into. It is not real, but it is a fascinating tidbit to keep in mind when you're testing these types of products. That's also my thing too. Go ahead, Alex.
I saw something, I don't remember the exact like details of it, but it was something about like a vacuum cleaner that was like trying to advertise in multiple languages, and like they were doing something with like our product sucks the most or something like that. And I think like it translated just awfully in other like languages, and so they like didn't know why their sales in other languages were just absolutely terrible.
It's super crazy. Marketing's super funny too, because like there's a huge thing that came out when Viagra was first released, for like the consumer reason it was released. They had all these, the market projections said that it was going to be like the biggest selling drug of all time. So they had all these amazing displays for it. Like all the stores had them in like the display window and stuff. But sales were terrible, and the marketing people could not figure out why. And then one of them was like, "What if we just put it in the back of the store?" And they did that, and sales overnight tripled because nobody wanted to go up to the counter and buy it. So they had to put it in the back of the store so people could sneak in, grab some, and leave. And that's how that goes. Well, enough about Viagra. Let's move on to our next game, shall we?
I always like when we go on our Viagra conversation.
Yeah, if we get more subs, we'll make a Viagra emote. No. Our next game is a brand new game. This is a game we're calling Gossip Line. So this game is going to be pretty fun, hopefully. The way it is going to work is Alex is going to tell Dan a story. Now, the rest of us will be on mute for the entire point of that story, so we're not going to hear any of it. Then Dan is going to have to tell that story to me. I'll have to tell it to Max, and Max will have to tell it to Steve. But here's the catch. We have to try our best to get the story as accurate as possible, and also we each get a smaller time increment than the person before us. So we have to do it first take immediately, and that's the way it's going to go. So I'm going to put us all on mute, except for Alex and Dan, and you all can just start spamming random nouns in the chat, and Alex is going to pick one to be the inspiration for his story. We're not going to even know which one he picked until he gets to us, but that's the way it's going to go. We're all going to go silent.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Just give me some random words, and I'm going to tell a story inspired by those random words.
Here we go. This is an Alex and Dan takeover.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anything jump out to you?
I see Max cheats at Zumbinis, which I'm not going to tell a story about that, but it is true.
It is true.
Let's see. Tarantula, witch, Bigfoot, squid, pottery. SWAT? Yeah, let's go with SWAT. Thanks, Toonwit.
All right.
Right, Dan?
Yep.
Oh my God, Dan, you will not believe it.
What?
So I was sitting at home, okay? I was sitting at home and I was looking out the window. And outside of the window, across the street, there were these police officers. And I was like, oh my God, what is the police doing outside across the street? And so I sat there and watched for a little bit. And as I was watching, this fly kept buzzing around on my window. And I was like, trying to shoo it away, trying to get rid of it so that I could see the police and what was going on. And then right as the police opened the door, the fly landed like right in front of them and I couldn't see whose face it was. Right? Like, how did the fly even know to be able to do that? So the fly lands and I'm like, okay, well, this is my chance. And I go to try to hit the fly, okay? And so when I try to hit it, I break the window. And the window shatters all over the place and I get glass stuck in my hands. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Plus, now the police are going to look over at me and see this crazy person with a shattered window and glass in their hand. So really quickly, I duck down, okay? And now I'm like ducking on my couch that was right next to the window. And I'm behind the couch and I see a nest of flies. Like there was a whole bunch of flies and there was one really big fly that was like the fat fly that was like their fly king. And I was like, I got to get rid of this fly. So I start stomping, right? Like I'm stomping at it, but I can't, I keep missing with my feet. I'm not accurate enough with my feet. So I take my shoes off and I put them on my hands and I start smacking at the flies with my shoes on my hands. Right? So I'm like smacking at these flies. And the next thing I know, the big one catches my shoe. It catches it as I was stomping down on it. And it throws me across the room. Yeah, because flies are like that strong, right? So it throws me across the room and I land on the other side and I see these caterpillars. There's like caterpillars hidden in the dust bunnies there. And the caterpillars start going to war against the flies. They like charge away at them. And like, yeah, so now there's this whole war going on between the caterpillars and the flies in my living room. And I still don't even know who was arrested across the street.
Okay, Alex, geez. All right, this is a crazy story. I need to call Dom right now and tell him that story. All right, thanks so much.
Bye.
All right, bye. Dom, you there, Dom?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Alex just told me the craziest story. Are you ready?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, okay. So Alex told me that he was hanging out at his house and there were cops at the house across the street. So he was looking through the window trying to see what the cops were doing out there. And there was this fly that was buzzing around and he was smacking at it with his hand, but he couldn't get it. And then right as he would see the police officer's face, the fly lands on the window right there. So he couldn't see the person's face. So he smacks at the window to get the fly out of there, but the fly leaves last second and he breaks the window with his hand. So now his hand is covered with glass shards and he's bleeding. And he's worried that the cops are going to look over and be like, why is that lunatic breaking his window? So he ducks down on the ground and then he's there for a while. But then he looks around and there's the king of the flies. The king of the flies is on the ground. He's stomping at us with his foot, but he can't step on it. So he puts his shoes on his hands. He punches at it with his shoe hands, and then it throws it across the room. And then there's caterpillars there, and then there's a whole bug war.
Wow. I feel like I blacked out there in the middle, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's insane. You know who needs to hear a story like that?
Max.
My good buddy Max.
Yeah. All right, you go call him. I'll see you later.
All right, I'll call him. Max, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Max. I gotta tell you the most insane thing I've ever heard. I'm gonna repeat it to you verbatim. All right, here it goes. So Dan said that Alex was chilling at his house, right? And someone called the cops, right? He's looking out the window and someone called the cops next door. So the cops are next door and this fly is buzzing around. So he starts smacking at the fly to try and get it away. But then the fly lands just as he can see what the officer's face is going to look like. But he can't because the fly's in the way. So he tries to smash it. But he smashes his hand and the fly moves and he smashes his hand through the window and he's covered in blood. And he's afraid that the police are going to be like, who's this idiot breaking his own window, right? So then he tries to stomp down on the fly in sweet revenge, but it's the king of the flies and he's like, oh no, I have to attack the king. And all these other bugs start coming out of nowhere, right? And suddenly there's a whole interspecies bug war. And Alex is just standing there covered in blood and the police officers are there and it's a real chaotic scene. You wouldn't believe it. You had to be there to see it, really. Does that make sense? You get all that?
Whoa, that's crazy. That is such a crazy story.
Hey man, that's how I heard it.
I kind of. I think so. I kind of blacked out there in the middle.
Yeah, it's crazy how that kind of happens, right? Anyways, yeah, that's the story as I got it. So have a good one, man.
Oh, no.
Okay, I gotta tell Steve about this story. This is crazy. He's gonna love to hear this.
Hello.
Hello, Steve. You there?
I'm here. Hello. Yeah,
Oh,
you
hey,
called
Steve.
me.
How's it going?
Hello.
All right. Yeah. I just wanted to really let you know that I was here. Dom just told me this crazy story. My reception's pretty bad, so I hope you hear it. I'm pretty sure I heard the whole thing, and I'm gonna have to let you. All right. So here it goes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So Dom told me that Dan told him that Alex told him that Alex was just chilling in his house. He was just hanging out, having a good time. There's cops outside. And he realized someone called cops outside. And he looks outside, and the cops are at his neighbor's house. So then he's like, okay, whatever. But there's this bug in his house. There's a fly. And he tries to slap the bug, but he smashes his hand through the window. And then he's afraid because the cops are going to see that he cut through the window, and he cut himself. So then he runs back in, and he tries to stomp on the fly, but it's the king of the flies. And then all the bugs come out. Did you get all that?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm worried about him. I think I'm gonna give him a call just to see if he's okay. You still there?
That's good.
Okay. I'm gonna call him.
All right. That sounds good.
All right,
Steve.
bye.
Yeah. All right. That's good for you. All right. Bye, Steve.
Yeah.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, I just heard this crazy story and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, yeah. I heard this crazy story from Max that apparently you were just sitting on the front porch when the cops came by, and they were also sitting on your front porch, and then you went inside to kill a fly or something, and then you swatted him, but he was the king of the flies, and then you broke the window, and then you got arrested for murdering the king of the flies?
Wow. That's certainly one way to tell it. I mean, the king of the flies was definitely here, but geez. Well, I'm losing a lot of blood, so I'm gonna have to call you back. But
You want me to come pick you up?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll wait here. Just watch out for the bugs.
All right, I'm coming.
Okay, thanks.
I'm bringing some orange slices.
That'd be great. All right.
Okay, bye.
And see.
Were we even remotely close? You know what's crazy? We practiced that and I was so good. And then the minute it got to my turn in actual like showtime, my mind just went whoop. I was getting so nervous because watching 2 minutes go by, I was like, this is forever. There's no way I'm gonna remember any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you weren't that far off for the most part.
I feel like I messed up like a good 3 important bits of it. I did not remember how the King of the Flies came about at all.
I noticed that, Dan. You were just like, the King of the Flies.
And the King of the Flies was just there.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's that game. How did everyone think that went?
Yeah, I think that went well. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, carbonated milk says orange slices heal all, and they do. That's why they give them during halftime at flag football games.
Got to recharge those soccer games.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are all putting so many photos in here.
Yeah, I took a quick peek. It's like 25, 30.
Oh, Max died.
Whoop. Oh no, Max needed to restart. His internet is feeling the burn right now.
Oh, he's back.
Do we all shift places again? Is the puzzle safe?
No, it's still good.
We should
That's
be
why I
good.
put Max at the end of the puzzle.
Oof, all right. Makes sense. Welcome back, Max.
I was very worried because my internet wasn't doing okay in that last game, and I was like, if I don't hear what Dom says, I'm just gonna have to start making up shit. I heard, I think most of what you said.
Making up shit. That's almost like
Yeah, you were a little lagged, but you still you pretty much got everything.
As much as Dan could provide me, which is as much as I could provide you. Awesome. Well, how's everyone doing? You guys doing all right? What's going on in your lives? Anything you want to share?
No, we're all too shy. I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Dan, you
Okay, I do have to say this. I'm pretty sure, Dan, I'm pretty sure you brought up Harry Potter last stream. Like, I remember distinctly talking about Harry Potter 3 last time.
Excuse me, I can bring up Harry Potter as much as I want to.
Oh, yeah? Well, I have a mic too.
That clap back. No, Max, I think what you're referring to is we had a call on Tuesday where we talked about Harry Potter because I talked about how much I hated Dobby and I cheered in the theater when he died and then everyone booed me.
How loud did you cheer? Can I get a reenactment of this Dobby death cheer?
It was like, woo! Like real sarcastic, like.
Yeah, you definitely deserve that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. People were not happy with me. How could I? Because Dobby sucks. Dobby's the worst, and he deserved to die.
Dom, we're losing subscribers.
I don't care. That's the platform. That's the hill I'll die on. Well, here's the thing. For as much as I hate Dobby, Macaroni and Brie clearly hates Dobby too. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Macaroni and Brie. Thanks for the sub.
Do you know how much of that movie plot could have been resolved if Dobby wasn't being Dobby the whole time? I'm just saying.
Excuse me, he saves them in the 7th movie.
He literally saves
he
them.
Causes most of the hardship prior to that would have altered history in a way.
What do you think? What do you think? He resurrected Voldemort? Are you putting Dobby on?
I'm just saying I've never seen Dobby and Voldemort in the same room.
This is true.
All I know, Dobby is a Horcrux. That's all I'm saying.
Is this some sort of TED Talk where you're trying to convince us that Dobby was actually Voldemort?
No, but I would, if I was going to give a TED Talk on Harry Potter, it would be on the nonsensibility of them celebrating Christmas in the Harry Potter universe, because it doesn't make sense. What relationship do wizards have to Jesus? It makes no sense. Nothing to get into. Let's move forward. Play another improv.
Is there a new merch? Is there a new merch over there?
Well, there looks to be a new merch.
What's that? Orange slices heal all. I put it center. It's in the center now.
Yeah. Would you buy this shirt? I think it's a pretty good shirt.
That's pretty cool. Max is frozen as always.
He's
back.
We can't really flex all of our artistic abilities that we might be able to flex on a normal whiteboard, but it's better than nothing.
Max, what are you
What is Max doing?
Robot Nova.
I was a robot.
That's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You are too.
Oh, thanks. Speaking of abject beauty in the spotlight of modern media, why don't we go ahead and play the dating game? So this time it's Alex's turn to leave.
Oh,
Goodbye, Alex.
Bye.
Bye, Alex.
Bye,
oh, look, he's gone.
Alex.
And
so what we are going to
will
need
take his place.
what we are going to need for this next game is a guessing game. So we are going to need to create things for Alex to guess. And the way to do that is we have 3 lovely contestants. That'll be everyone else. And they are going to each get some weird personality quirks. Alex is going to have to try and figure out through a series of hard-hitting, hopefully romantic questions. So the first thing we're going to need is a question for Dan. What kind of quirk does Dan have? Maybe Dan is made of something. What could Dan possibly be made of? There's so many possible things.
I could be made of Dobbies.
No, it can't be made of Dobbies. That's
Oh
a
my
little
god,
too.
Karen just said that too.
Karen, it's too on the nose.
Oh,
Tommy's
man.
horrible,
He'll get it-
weird little nose.
He'll get it too easily.
Let's see. Oh, maybe, yeah, Dan, maybe you're made of chalk.
I'm made of chalk.
You're one of them old chalk boys, just like Chalk Zone.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Chalk Zone.
You're basically Rudy from Chalk Zone,
All
but
right,
not.
all right, can do.
All right. Now, Steve has a deep, dark secret, right? Steve has something that he's never told another living soul.
I also need a quirk.
Yep. So what is Steve's weird quirk? What is the secret he's been keeping from the world? Last time we did it that Max would lose his mind if he heard a garage door opener. So something about that. Yeah, Steve, you think Jar Jar Binks is the best Star Wars character?
Okay.
Yep. That's a good one.
My quirk.
Dang it, Steve. All right. And you know what, Max? I like another one of these, so I'm just going to give you this one as well. Max, you worship hot sauce like a god. You are a member of a hot sauce like pantheonic religion. Yeah, I think that's quite the review. Dan, what is your quirk again?
My quirk is that I am made of chalk.
Steve?
I think Jar Jar is the best Star Wars character.
And Max?
I worship hot sauce like a god.
These are 3 phenomenal suggestions. Thank you, Chad. And now I hope you enjoy tonight's production of The Dating Game.
We can bring Alex back in, and now we're going to the intro. There we go.
Welcome all to another exciting night of The Dating Game. Now, we have found ourselves quite the lucky bachelor tonight. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, bachelor?
Hi there. My name is Stan, and I like puppies. I raise puppies, I breed puppies, and I want to find someone to raise puppies with.
Thanks for being here, Stan. It's a real pleasure. Let's go ahead and now meet our lovely contestants for tonight. Up first, we have contestant number 1. Why don't you introduce yourself, contestant number 1?
Hi, I'm contestant number 1, and I gotta say, I'm not a huge puppy person, but I do like amphibians. They're really nice, especially if they have a puppy dog-ish sense of wonder.
Wow, truly a brilliant open. Contestant number 2, care to introduce yourself to our fine bachelor?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I also adore puppies. However, I find that their palate is maybe a little bit limited, and that's really important to me.
And finally, contestant number 3. Introduce yourself.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I do like dogs. I like when they run around on the cement in the street. Not really in the grass, but the cement in the street is good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bachelor, I believe you have some questions for our contestants. Why don't you go ahead and hit them with it?
Yeah, that's correct. Contestants, bachelors, bachelorettes, if we could go on a date, where would you take me and my puppies?
Where are you going? Always important for a first date. Contestant number 1, where are you going?
Well, I think my perfect first date would involve going out for dinner and a movie. I think that really lets you get to know each other. And especially if it's Star Wars, I love the Star Wars franchise. It's something that I've grown up with. I don't know what it is, but I just love counting to 1, 2, and 3.
Truly fantastic. Contestant number 2, where would you like to take our bachelor on a date?
So food is really important to me. Also, my faith is very important as well. So I find a lot of Southern cooking to be very faith focused. So that's why I would bring ourselves to a barbecue house, a house where we can eat as much barbecue as we want.
Awesome. And finally, contestant number 3.
I think it'd be great if we could just go out to like an open parking lot. You just look out among it, just rub yourself along the ground just as far as you can see, and then maybe get like froyo.
Wow, what a cute date. Bachelor, you have another question for our contestants?
Yeah, I do. Contestants, if you had $1 million, what would you spend that $1 million on?
These are important things. Financials. Contestant number 1.
Well, I have to admit that I would probably build a rocket ship so that I could be with the man that I truly love, the only man for me in all of his 7 feet of glory.
Yup. It's a bold claim to make on a dating show, but fortune favors the bold.
I'm going for second place. You're good enough for second place in my heart.
Contestant number 2.
So I think that I would really like to travel the world because there are some people in this planet who simply haven't found the light, the fire within us. There's something that I want to be able to bring to a lot of cultures because there's some cultures who really can appreciate good food, but there are some who don't even, that haven't even experienced my worship, my righteous being that I consume on a daily basis. So I would want to bring that liquid of life around to all people for the entire world to know.
Fantastic. And finally, contestant number 3.
Yeah, if I had $1 million, I'd probably use it to start a foundation where we can get my fellow brothers and sisters out of the hands of people that are misusing them, that really just putting them nose to the grindstone, as some would say, and just really just making a safe haven for people like me. Just because you hate to see someone become a stub of what they used to be.
Wow, very, very true. And the final question for our contestants, Bachelor.
Right. My final question is, even though some say it's very hard to change a person, what is the one quality that you hope I have above all other qualities?
That is true. What are you looking for? Contestant number 1.
Well, if you're really interested, I'm looking for a man who's tall and mysterious and probably slimy. I just want to be able to go to bed stroking his eye stalks as we stare longingly at each other, because I don't think I could live without him.
Wow, thank you so much, contestant number 1. Again, bold choice, but thanks for being here. Contestant number 2.
My trait that I would want you to have is pain tolerance. See, the thing is that you don't need to have a great palate to be able to appreciate this, but it's really the pain that it inflicts on you is the way that we know that that we're being touched by our God.
Wow, thank you so much. That was poetic. Contestant number 3.
I'm just looking for someone that can really be there, that can be supportive, that sort of knows a way of how to like hopscotch around different problems. Sorry, I've just already fallen in love with you, and what can you just pick me, please?
And there it is. Final parting words from our contestants. Contestant number 1.
Well, I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm never going to be good enough for the man of my dreams. So I hope that you'll be a good substitute.
Perfect. Contestant number 2.
As long as you're okay with accepting my beliefs and having all of our food taste essentially the same, then you know what? We can work together.
And lastly, contestant number 3.
Look, I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you already, but if you don't feel the same, then just kick me to the pavement and then rub me down into the pavement and make straight lines and color it in as much as you can.
Thank you so much. Bachelor, why don't you walk us through what's going on in your head right now? I think the viewing audience at home is eager to know.
Wow, yeah, there are some really interesting people that I've gotten to know. Okay, well, I guess I have to make a decision now.
You gotta pick one of them according to the contract you signed, yes.
So, contestant number 3, you seem really nice, and I'm sure it would be great to get to know you, but I'm not really a child anymore, so I don't think I could be in love with sidewalk chalk.
That's a fair. You're a grown man looking for a grown man's
I understand.
relationship.
Mhm.
What about contestants 1 and 2, though?
Well, this one was difficult for me to decide. Contestant number 2, you seem really great and really hold fast in your beliefs, which is that communion wine and wafers are the best food and the only food worth eating. But I think I'm not really that interested in changing my beliefs for someone. So I'm going to have to go with contestant number 1. Even though I may not be Jar Jar Binks, I think I can prove to you that I'm just as much a man as he is. So will Yusa go on a date with me, please?
Misa will.
Oh, we have made a match here tonight. Isn't that just the most exciting thing you've ever seen? Thank you all for joining us on the dating game, and tune in next week for another exciting Bachelor.
See.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, Alex. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No idea what Max was.
Max
No
actually
idea.
had some pretty good hints.
Max always
Okay.
plays so close to the chest. He never gives you anything.
I thought I was too obvious.
No,
Max-
he can never be too obvious.
Max, I knew what you were, and I wasn't understanding what you were.
Alex, I worshipped hot sauce like a god.
Okay.
And you pretty much got Stephen and me exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty basic.
I got you guys by the very end. I was totally lost for most of it, but
I could tell.
When you said the 7-foot covered in slime and has eye stalks, the face Alex made was truly majestic.
Oh my god!
It was just like
I was reading chat when that happened. Everybody was like, "Alex has no idea what you're talking about." They were all like, "His mind is blown that is a character in Star Wars."
the closest I had gotten to that point was like Chewbacca, even
Yeah.
though you said that you, one, didn't like puppies very much, that you preferred amphibians. So I was like, Chewbacca, but definitely not. And then you said like slimy and with eye stalks, and I was like, what?
To be fair, that's probably some non-canonical character in Star Wars too.
To be fair, Youngster Jazz said that they thought that I was the most obvious. So I'll take. Also, the thing is, I said spicy in the very beginning, and then I didn't want to give it away, so I didn't mention spicy again after that. Which I think was probably important.
Yeah, I think you gave some great clues. I think it's just hard if you don't know what the suggestion is. But that's the point of the guessing game.
Hey.
Oh, that pain tolerance line though was beautiful. Let's see. What do we got here? Alrighty. I'm very excited to show this off. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into another game. This is a game that Dan spent way too much time working on for
Yes,
the
I did.
background. So I do hope you enjoy it. Dan, you might want to put yourself back in focus again.
I know. I'm trying, but I don't want to just like do this and then.
Wait, Dan, when you do that, you look incredibly like the guy from Rhett and Link. I don't remember which one it is. You got way
Rhett?
up close.
Hey.
Yeah, that's Rhett right there. Am I not wrong?
That's Link. That's Link.
Oh no, Link.
my bad.
Link is the yeah.
Yeah. You look
Link
a
is
lot
Link.
like Link.
Alex is my Rhett, and I am his Link.
We could do a poor man's Rhett and Link and then send it to them and see what they say.
I just saw Dance Soul. Yeah, it's not. I'm just gonna cover it, and then I'm gonna.
Whoop.
Why?
I would need
Alright.
to wear a fake beard though, because that's like Rhett's whole thing is his
Yeah.
beard.
Look
It's
at
fake.
this.
Okay,
this is
focus.
This is aesthetic.
Back it up real slow.
Back
Get
it
up now, y'all. All right.
Hey!
Let's go ahead and jump into our next game. This next game is called Conspiracy Theory. Ooh. Now, what we're going to need from the chat is a fake conspiracy. It can be any type of fake conspiracy you want. Let's try and get one that doesn't already exist in the real world, or at least not known by the masses. And we are going to be 5 brave people on the YouTube rabbit hole of 2000s YouTube who are going to espouse some truth at y'all. You're not even ready for about the amount of hard truth we're going to hit you with. So go ahead and make some fake suggestions in the chat, and we are going to go ahead and debunk some of these conspiracies.
The Earth is a donut, and that donut
Yeah,
hole
Hugs, we said conspiracy is not the truth.
was actually another donut, man.
Taurus Earth is the realest model we're ever going to get.
That's true. Land of the lost.
Tissues are being used to collect your DNA. Wow.
That one's probably true, actually. That's kind of terrifying. We all know birds are by the government, and that's just proof.
Everyone
of
knows
this,
birds
right?
aren't real.
I think we are going to go with Karen's suggestion of Hilton Doubletree cookies are mind control weapons.
Man, who wants to start?
Go ahead,
Who wants to start?
Steve.
Max will start.
Okay, what was it? I'm gonna have to hear it.
Hilton Doubletree cookies, the cookies you get from a Hilton Doubletree, are actually a mind control weapon.
Okay, sure.
Ready? And action.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I have another massive story for you. I just worked this out. I was working all the way through the night to figure this out. All right, get this. Hilton Doubletree cookies are mind control devices. Now listen, that might sound ridiculous, but once I explain it, it's all going to make sense. Okay, so Hilton Doubletree, they sell these cookies. Who does the production of these cookies? Who does the production? Companies. What do companies want to make? Money. They are willing to spend money to give people these cookies so that they can control your mind and choose what other products you want to make. They'll take those cookies, and once you eat them, these companies, they can tell you that you want to buy a refrigerator, that you want to buy a freezer, that you want to get a Whirlpool blender. I heard that they were making blenders now. It's mostly appliance-based, but it's focused on the fact that the Doubletree cookies, you know how they're like chocolate filled? That isn't chocolate. You heard me right. That isn't chocolate. That is serum liquid that will infect your mind and take control of your frontal cortex. And that's the science that various companies have employed, and they want to control what you buy. Right. Think about it. Think about it. Right. Think about it. Just think about it.
Now listen up, subscribers, because this one is really important. All right. When it comes to being able to control people's minds, the number one thing that you need to know to protect yourself is that freezers will actually save your life. Now, listen. The human only uses a small fraction of their brain. This is scientifically proven. The rest of the brain is completely locked off. Now, the only way to prevent ourselves from mind control, because the way mind control works is it actually overcharges those other locked off parts of your brain that you can't access yourself. It accesses those through like backdoor algorithms for your mind. The only way to prevent that is by getting into a freezer and cooling your body temperature down low enough that the brain waves won't be able to penetrate your frozen skull. Because when your skull is more cold, it's more brittle. And when it's more brittle, it's a stronger barrier against those waves that try to enter your mind. Now, it's not really going to work too much against like this Big Soup and other companies that are going to try to put mind control into your body through like food and stuff like that. But in terms of the radio waves and the cell phone towers and the UFO control beams, I'm telling you, I take an ice bath every morning after lunch and then before I go to bed. And I have a custom freezer that I built out of 2 like hunter game freezers. I was able to put those together and turn them into a bed. And I promise you, I have not had my mind controlled in at least 12 years. Okay?
All right. Listen here, subscribers and comment section. I am here to tell you the real truth and only the truth, because you may have heard this lie somewhere, I don't know who's spreading it, that vampires live in coffins. See, that's a lie, because vampires actually live in 2 sawed together freezers that they have put together themselves. How do you think they stay alive for thousands of years? It's because they're freeze drying themselves in the middle of the night. And that's how vampires keep living so long. Otherwise, their bones would dry up real quick and they would get all brittle and old, but not if you live in a freezer. Every night you go into a freezer and it freezes you cold. That's why Walt Disney froze his head. He wants to become a vampire. He wants to leech life out of the great citizens of the United States. Well, I tell you, no more. No more am I going to sit here while big executives turn themselves into freezer zombie vampire werewolves, because that is just not how you do business. Now, business should be run by the people who aren't werewolves or zombies.
All right. Look. We've been talking about werewolves for a while on this channel, and the one thing we haven't asked is, why don't you ever see werewolves wearing anything, huh? Don't you think it's a little suspicious, don't you think? Wouldn't you think a werewolf would want to wear something every now and then? You know what I think? I think the werewolf is just propaganda by the fashion industry. Yeah, it's just a reminder to be like, hey, that's what you look like naked. Don't you want to not be? Think about how much money you would save if you didn't buy clothes ever again. That's 75% of your budget right there, all right? And look, clothes, all they do is hide the body. You know what also does that? The cardboard box that my goddamn computer came in, all right? I could wear that every day, and then I also had to buy a washing machine to wash my clothes. Then I gotta buy hangers to wash my clothes and then hang them. Come on, it's so obvious. Why can't we just look at the facts and go around naked like the good old days? Jesus Christ.
Hey everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I was thinking about this, right? Why do things come in boxes, right? Like things keep coming on, they keep being these square, cube-shaped things. But I've been working on some stuff, right, in the background here, and I figured it out, man. It's because they want you to stack things, right? Because if we stack things, then they get higher. They're trying to get us to come off the ground, right? We've been living on this flat dimensional surface for so long that they're afraid if we tap into our third dimension that we're going to get to the top. Because you know what happens when we get to the top, right? We're going to find out where everything lives. So they make things too easily stackable for us so that we think there's no reason to stack it. It's too easy for us, right? Because if everything started coming in circles, everything started coming in spheres, we'd be dared to stack it, right? How do you stack a sphere? Very carefully. That's what I'm saying. So we start getting spheres put on top of each other. We're going to start going higher than we ever did with the boxes. That's right. That's what I'm telling you. All the pyramids from around the world, government plans. They don't want us to get to the sky. They think it's already been done before. Humans like a challenge, the ambition of it. Where's my circular pyramid? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Think about it.
See.
Wow.
Oh my god, is that a new merch alert?
What?
Don't trust Big Soup.
Don't trust Big Soup.
Oh my
We have to trust Big
gosh.
Soup because we're trying to get Campbell's to love us.
That's true. Well, we can get them to love us, but not trust them. It's not a very healthy relationship.
Yeah. We take the money so they don't use it to do evil stuff.
That's true. We're like guardians of the soup world in that way.
Yeah, it's like Robin Hood, but tomato soup.
Yeah.
Remember, everyone, to clip our show with no context and tweet it at Campbell's so we can get sponsored.
Yep, that is the truth. That's how we operate here on Show and Tell Live.
Oh, you like the background? Thanks, Carbonated.
Yeah. That was all Dan. So big ups to Dan.
Big ups to Dan.
It took me a long time to make sure that our titles and our channel names stayed consistent, and also to get the play bar to function. Whew.
Dan on another level tonight.
Absolutely did not have to get the play bar to function, but he did.
Yep.
No, don't clip, don't trust Big Soup.
No, that's the wrong one.
No! Anything else?
Never get the sponsorship.
Send them I like PP. Anything else?
We're going to go ahead and jump into another game. So once more, we're going to need to say goodbye, Alex.
Bye, Alex.
Bye, Alex.
We're playing Breaking News.
We
That's
just
right.
like not having Alex around. Sorry.
Yeah, any excuse to get rid of him. We are playing a game that takes us back to the old familiar set of Show and Tell Live tonight. Our fearless, hard-hitting news reporting agency. We have just found out a thing that Alex has done. Could be a great thing, could be a terrible thing. That's going to depend on you, chat. So examples of things Alex could have done. Alex could have kidnapped the Gerber baby, or Alex could have what did we do last time? Oh, Alex tie-dyed the Lincoln Memorial last time.
He killed the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs.
The tie-dye one was in practice, I think.
It was in practice. I didn't make it up. Glad to know.
Wait, you mean this isn't scripted?
What? Oh no! It is. Let's see. We've already got some great suggestions coming in, so let me take a look at
Banned board games in Ohio.
Oh. We got to do something that make Alex still want to talk to us after this stream.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, I do like Skittle Bean suggestion. I think that's a pretty good one. He likes to crash weddings and steal the wine corks. I think we can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me type that in real quick. Give me 1 second. He's
banter. Banter.
He stole all the wine corks from weddings.
Yep, he is a wedding crasher.
Man, that is a long sentence. I'm gonna have to make that a little smaller to fit on the screen.
Alrighty. Well, let's go back to the newsroom now.
Wait.
What?
Hold on.
Almost there.
Sorry, I just want to make sure it looks good.
Oh, Dan, I'm sure it looks beautiful.
We give you only the best, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready.
And we're tuning in live now to another evening of Show and Tell Live tonight. Thank you for joining us. We have quite an interesting guest here tonight. Again, a bit of a controversial figure here in the event industry, but we wanted to bring them in to answer your questions. Panelists, do you have any questions for tonight's guest?
Yeah, yes. I have a question. I have a question right off the bat. I actually want to ask you: did you even know that you're affecting a endangered species? Did you know that?
Of course, we tried to take account for as much of an impact as we could, but the fact of the matter is, sometimes progress can't be halted by minor things like endangering already endangered species. Look, they were endangered before we put them in any more danger than we're already putting them into.
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to say, did you even send in your RSVP?
I considered sending my RSVP, but I thought that by actually doing this as a surprise, it would get more attention and therefore more support.
Oh, so you were looking for the attention, I see.
I have a question.
Yes, well, any good cause needs proper attention behind it.
What was this crime inspired by? Were you trying to imitate Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn?
Well, God, those two have done so much. I have been to Google's headquarters, and I have also crashed. I think that those two are an inspiration in many ways, and the fact that my work is seen in some of their work is just a compliment.
Well, here's the thing. You really committed 2 crimes when it comes down to it. I mean, where do you pop off just screwing people like that?
Well, laws are really something that need to be changed from time to time. And I think that, the people that it may affect negatively can just kind of get over it.
I have something to say. I think you need to be told that day was not about you. It was about them.
Yes.
And more specifically, it was about her. And you made it about you. And that is disgraceful.
Look, it's all about perspective. You can make it about them. You can make it about her. But from my perspective, it was about me. And my supporters can...
Just like a man. Just like a man, of course.
Hey, you're supposed. Look, I just want to say this here. Look, you're saying that you have some sort of morality questionnaire here, but to me, it's really red or white. All right, when you just look at it. All right, there's no gray area between red and white. Okay, so just all this thievery and everything.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring something, not take something with you when you leave.
It just makes me so mad because you think that, oh, you're this tough guy, but you know what? You're the one who's whining. You whine, and you think that you're the tough one. And it's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look, I haven't been whining despite what people think. Just because I have to have a lot of business with the alcoholic beverage doesn't mean that I get all emotional over it. All right, I know what I did, and I know that I have nothing to regret about it.
I wish I could really shove something in your mouth to make you shut up, but I can't think of a darn thing that would be able to stop that talking that's coming from your long neck, you.
Well, who's the real aggressor here, all right? It seems like just because I did something that you are against, you're all of a sudden teaming up against me. I did people a service, a favor by doing that.
Let me say this. I am from a particular county in Ireland that's in the southwest coast of Ireland, and I personally take offense at what is occurring here, okay? Because of my homeland.
Look, you've constructed a pretty porous argument so far, so why don't you go ahead and just come on out with it. Be proud of your deeds.
Stop just whining and stick to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't see anything wrong with the fact that I stole all the corks for drinks.
How could you? You so blatantly admit to this evil, evil crime.
He didn't even say where he did it. Doesn't even
Yeah,
care.
where did you even do this? Huh?
All of Ireland looks the same to me. So
Wow.
Maybe
We have to deback that too.
What did you say?
Me? What did I say?
Yeah, what did you just say?
I said all of Ireland looks the same to me. So maybe it was Dublin. I don't know.
Oh, I see how it is. I see it how it is. On a special day, too.
God damn it. The bride's going to be so upset.
So
You weren't even invited, all right?
at their ...
At a wedding.
There we go.
At some random wedding that I didn't know, I stole all the corks to the wine bottles.
Yes, you did. You absolute
regret
monster of a human being. I certainly would not invite you to my wedding. And that's all we have on Show and Tell Live Tonight News. Thank you all for joining us. Tune in next time where Alex is going to admit to something else that's probably horrible.
Scene.
I'm more impressed that you got the wine cork but didn't get the wedding part.
Yeah.
Also, quick question, Max. What's an endangered species? The wine grapes?
Yeah, you threw him off really.
No,
I was immediately like,
the
what?
cork is made out of tree. It's made out of it's the wood of a tree, and cork trees are actually there's not that many of them. They are actually endangered.
Oh, if
Good
Alex knew
word.
that, then good on you.
I did. So at first I thought you were talking about an animal, but then once I got more cork clues, I kind of figured that that's what you were talking about.
Also, someone asked about Ireland, and Cork is a county. It's like a region in Ireland.
Yeah. Wait, how did you know it was an endangered species when you didn't know it was a region of Ireland? Knowledge is crazy, guys. You never know who knows what.
So I got the Wedding Crashers reference, but then for some reason, something in my mind said, no, Wedding Crashers isn't Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson movie.
Who would you recast in that movie if it wasn't them?
I think who was I? Like something popped into my mind that was like
Johnny Depp and Tom
Jerry
Holland.
Seinfeld. For some reason,
Jerry
he
Seinfeld.
was in there.
Jerry Seinfeld in Wedding Crashers.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
didn't think of who was in it. I was just thinking, wait, they weren't in that, were they? But then, yeah, they were.
We're going to go ahead and jump into our next game. Dan, I think we're going to skip a game, and we're going to go right back into the news studio. We are going to be playing Reporting in the Field. This is a real classic game. Now, just because of some of the technical limitations of this game, we have gone ahead. First, we're going to say goodbye to Max. Goodbye, Max.
Bye, Max.
This is another guessing game. So some of you may recognize this game. Basically, we have found 3 very strange videos, and Max is going to have to guess what's going on. The trick is, Max can't see this. He doesn't know what is happening in front of him or behind him, and he's gonna have to slowly tease out what's going on from here in the studio. We have found 3 videos for you and are gonna let you vote on which one.
I think we only have 2 actually.
We have 2 videos, and we're gonna let you vote on which one.
All right, Alex, I put the same poll up, and we can do that same poll that we did. All right, so you're gonna have 2 options here because I had to pre-download these. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Mine too late.
Yeah. So the 2, I just went with the ones that worked, that like were easiest to understand. So we have 2 videos. We have a compilation of dogs yawning. Which would be behind Max, or we have just a way too long of a video of a bunch of ants eating a banana.
Wow. Okay. So ants eating a banana is video number 2, and then dog yawning is video number 1. So why don't you go ahead and vote? We'll put good like 40 seconds out there, 30 seconds.
I don't even know which one I would want to watch.
I don't either. I'm genuinely torn. Both are going to be pretty fascinating.
The dog yawning one was my submission.
I submitted ants on a banana, and it took me a long time to find a video that would work for this.
Oh, I sent Dan like 5 videos.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You guys
don't
sent a
spoil
lot of
them. We might
videos.
use some other ones for the future.
I sent Dan a compilation of Bigfoot sightings.
I did like it, but it was there was only like a small amount of time where you would actually see Bigfoot in it. So like, Yeah. I like the idea a lot, Steve. I was close on including that.
So once more, video 1 is dog yawning, and video 2 is ants on a banana.
Steve, kind of in a similar vein, one that I wanted to find and use was an alien abduction reenactment, but I couldn't find a decent video that like showed that well.
If you all have videos for the future, you can go ahead and submit them to us, and we can go ahead and start doing them.
Yeah, not for tonight. I just have to pre-download them beforehand. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's a whole.
It was very close, and I'm very proud of. Thank you for everyone who voted. But it does look like ants on a banana won.
I think they're just more curious to see what that is.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I only watched about a second of the video before I sent it to them. So.
Right. Closing the poll. It's ants on a banana.
Give me 1 second just to get it all hunky door. Hunky door.
Hunky dory.
Hunky dory.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone who is here. For anyone who may have just joined us in the last couple of minutes or so, we are Show and Tell Live, a weekly comedy improv stream, and we're about to watch Max try and guess ants on a banana.
Yep. All right, I'm ready. And 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, welcome to the 4 o'clock news at 3 o'clock. I'm your host, Steve McKinnon.
And I'm Dan McFarlane.
We got a lot of top stories coming to you tonight. First of all, dogs are yawning. That's all. What about you, Dan?
I have the same exact thought. Just lots of dogs yawning in my head. But now for our top story, we're going to be going to our reporter in the field, Max.
Max, how's it looking out there? It looks like it's loading for a second, but how's it going?
Hey there. Hey guys. Sorry, I think the reception might not be that great. I hope you can hear me. But as you can see here, there's a lot going on, and it's a lot to break down. So let's just get right into it.
Yeah, Max. What's sort of like the appetizing taste that you see out there in the field?
Right, sure. So I'm a pretty talented palate, and that's why I came out here. As we can see, that there's just a lot to take in, and particularly there's some things that are quite tasty. People seem to really enjoy them. However, there's a lot of things that have gotten a lot of negative ridicule. Some things that specifically have been booed out of this entire event. They've just kicked it right out.
Wow, Max. Now, I want to ask for the viewers at home, did they go marching one by one?
Yeah, that's a great question, and yes, they did. They did, in fact. As you can see, there's just a lot to eat, and but they are picky. Actually, they are quite picky.
Wow, just everything there just seems so appealing. I really want to know just how close you think you're going to be able to get like
yeah, I thought the same thing. I actually asked them if I could try some, if I could have a bite, and they told me no. They told me that I had to be a part of the crew to be able to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that they'll only let you in if you can lift like 3 times your weight or something along that line. Did you try that trial or anything?
I did try. We had some equipment in the van when we came out here. I threw my back out, and that's why I'm in a great amount of pain. And I tried to show them that I was doing it, but goodness gracious, they did not. They laughed at me. They all laughed at me.
Max, would you say that any of the people behind you are employed? Are they carpenters? Are they soldiers? Or are they just plain workers?
Honestly, the great thing to see here is that it seems like it's open to everyone. Just everyone is allowed to come here, and that's really what's beautiful about what's going on here, is that they just allowed anyone to come in, and that's what makes a really tight-knit group.
That's good to hear. Now, in terms of what they've decided to eat, I mean, was it just the first thing that fell from the tree, or was this a predetermined thing?
Sure. Yeah. So I tried to get in there for some testimonials to see what they had to say about it, see why they chose what they chose, and it really just came down to personal preference. I tried to ask them, why aren't some of you eating some of this? Why aren't some of you eating some of that? But it seems like they just came to a consensus and they all agreed, let's eat that apple peel.
Interesting. You'd think that there would be an apple peel there, but you're not really showing us the peel.
Oh, that's
Now-
right. Sorry. That was the first course, and now they've really gone on to the second course, which is an orange peel.
Wow,
Which
I guess they've been
sorry,
having.
the second course was earlier today. They've gone on to the third course. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? They have 77 courses. This is the third course, the banana peel.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they already got through the peel, and they're just sort of working on the other part, wouldn't you say?
Right, yeah. These ants are going to town on this banana. They are just eating it over a time lapse. We sped this video up a little bit, and they're just devouring this thing. They're going to tear it to shreds. And if I don't leave soon, I too will get devoured to shreds.
Well, we hope the best for you in the field. Now, thank you. And
Thanks so
before
much,
we go
Joe.
this commercial break, I just wanted to say on the air that I hate working here and that I quit.
I quit also. You have no more anchors. The news is dead. Good night.
I need this job. Can I get a promotion?
You're
Actually,
fired
take-
too.
Scene. I think Uh-oh said it well, Max. Boss recovery there at the end. Good job really working your way back. Oh.
You're fired too.
Wow, that video was truly beautiful. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sure.
Max, you're going to have to go back and watch that. That was much more entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
That's what all of show and tell live.
Yeah,
That's
much more
than
entertaining.
That's
That's our
what our new t-shirts are
testimonial.
gonna
That's what we
say.
put on like the head of our website. Better than I thought it
It's our
would.
Yelp
be.
review.
Yeah. That was the first time that I
Wow.
wasn't just staring at Max the whole time.
Well, I'd love to sit and chat, but I really want to make sure that we have the opportunity to reward our gracious Discord users for submitting their photos. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into our next.
Hold on, I
game.
need to go and pick the best of the best real quick. So give me 3 minutes.
Dan was supposed to be doing that the entire time we were playing.
Hey, I enjoyed hanging out with y'all. You think I can't just spend 2 seconds?
Dan's got a lot to do, and
Yeah,
that
he's
means
a
we got a
busy
couple
man.
minutes to talk to chat. Hey, how you doing, chat? How's it going? Do you enjoy that last one? I did. It was a lot of fun.
Have you ever watched a colony of ants devour a banana peel?
I found that from a channel that just does time-lapse videos of food decaying, and boy, oh boy, it is fascinating. It was very gross too, honestly.
Yeah, has there ever been a
Dan,
time
you
where you
put the
saw
pictures
food
up on the merch board.
What?
You do?
Dan, you put the
Yikes.
pictures on the merch board.
Yikes!
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Can't do that one. My bad.
Dom, have you ever seen one of those videos and made it so that you don't want to eat that food anymore?
Yeah, I watched Food Inc. when I was a kid.
No, I meant the time lapse thing.
Oh, the time lapse. Well, I mean, the one that really got to me was they had like ground beef, and that I don't eat beef already, but boy, oh boy, would I not eat it anymore.
Yeah, that's gross. That's really gross.
The ones that always get me are the ones where they don't decay, though. Like that's like the Big Mac that sits out for 6 years and it's fine. Like that's the one that really gets me, where I'm like, oh, the chemicals.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Is it really good stuff?
No, not.
Yeah, Susan, I also saw the white wine one, and I was very confused because it it became mold, and I was not expecting that.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need yeast to be able to live in it, so that's why I don't know. It's sugary and liquid, so I think mold likes it.
Yeah.
I actually recently watched, I don't know why this is true, but it is. I recently watched an episode of The Magic School Bus where they talked about the process of pickles, or cucumbers becoming pickles, and just like the process of breaking down those enzymes and things.
Nice.
Oh, that's very cool.
I felt relevant. I don't know why I brought that up.
Speaking of kids shows, I shared this probably unpopular opinion on the Discord, but if you haven't seen Trolls 2, Trolls World Tour released, and I have a nephew who came over to watch it the other day, and if for those who don't know, basically, rock is evil. All people who listen to rock are evil. And pop music is the only thing you should listen to, according to this movie.
Yeah.
Now, I thought that it should be the real villain should have just been ska the whole time, because that's the real villain of music.
Ska is great.
Recently,
Ska is from the devil.
Ska is great.
Maybe this is punching down, but I think math rock is really the villain of all music.
I think thinking that punching down for math rock is the real evil.
No meta here.
I recently, our good friends Everything Now show hosted a 48-hour marathon, which is really just them hanging out in their apartment for 48 hours. Thanks for the host, Zen Frox. And at one point, they were watching a video of like a cartoon version of how to draw Donald Trump, because that's what they were doing at that point. And the song in the background was like whatever the most generic ska song is. And they just started messing with the time tempo on the YouTube playback feature, and they learned that if you speed ska down, it's just reggae. And then I forget what happened if you speed it up. Oh, it just becomes jazz. It's like ska exists between reggae and jazz.
Interesting.
And it's the perfect like time signature. And they would just keep slowing it down, and you'd be like, this does sound like reggae. And then they'd speed it up and be like, that's not bad jazz, honestly.
I do have a question. Do people know what math rock is? Because I feel like I heard of it and I looked it up one time and I was surprised.
I know my roommate listens to it sometimes, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Because
I thought it was just like children's educational music.
No, it's like a style of metal.
It's this style where basically the term math comes out from, like, you know how like normal music signature is like 4/4, like 4 beats within like one measure or something like that. Yeah. It mixes it around, so it'll be like 7 beats over 13 measures or something like that. So that, like, it just basically, this is like a very quick overview, but basically when you listen to it, it just sounds like people playing random instruments. Like I was just like, what I heard about it was that like sometimes it's experimental music, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. I listened to like even like the popularized versions, and I was like, this is not good. And then I realized that I had an analogy for it. Listening to math rock is like watching Cats, because you can tell that there are talented people doing creative things, but every muscle in your body makes you like come away from it because it's so revolting.
Oh, interesting.
And now we learn how Max feels about cats.
We do have 5 artistic
already. Well,
pieces of art ready.
Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's not dilly-dally.
All right, and we are there.
Friends, thank you for joining us at today's auction. We have a brilliant local artist, the esteemed Maximilian. Maximilian has presented his a complete collection for us today, and we're going to be bidding on them, you see. I, as well as some of you in the audience, may have questions for the artist, naturally. If you do have a question, go ahead and type it into chat, and one of our fine liaisons here will ask the question on your behalf. Otherwise, without further ado, let's see what fine works. And if you like a work, feel free to bid on it. It costs you nothing but the imaginary numbers you type in. Oh, yes. Max, why don't you explain to me what the title of this piece is?
Mm-hmm. The title of this piece is simply Big Head.
I see. And can you tell me a bit about the inspiration for Big Head? Where did it come from?
Yeah, so as you can see, it's in a beach setting, and I'm really getting at here is that beach is the beaches are a place where people play on facades. They dress themselves up to pretend to be more beautiful and more lively than they actually wish to be, just for the sake of other people. And what this piece really gets at is the fact that how disjointed our personalities become when we attempt to draw in and we please everyone and confide to these societal norms that we.
I see. I see. Oh, wait, we have a question from one of our liaisons.
Yes, we have a question. What is the location of the photo shoot? Where did this take place?
That's
Very
a great point.
specific.
So this was from my childhood beach. We went here when I was me and my large family. We had 13 brothers and sisters, and we went and we went to this beach, and it's where I learned. I thought that I learned this is how I should be as an adult. This is what I should look like. This is how I should act. But only once I truly found myself did I realize that all of these people were playing.
Yes, another question from the audience. Yes.
Yes, we've got a bidder here who's interested. Why did you decide to let them wear handbags?
Yes, that's a keen eye. I wasn't sure that all people were going to be able to appreciate this point. Wearing handbags is another symbol of this kind of capitalistic stupor that we find ourselves in at the beach. The beach is latent with commercial products such as umbrellas to be able to plant in the sand. The garments that we wear are all very expensive and often designer, and handbags are really just this epitome of a symbol of this capitalistic design.
Very nice. I'm going to start the bidding. How much is that?
$5.
$5? Do I hear $6?
$6.
Do I hear $8?
The cost of materials was
Do I hear $8?
$2,000. I spent $2,000.
$8? All right. Can I get $10?
I'll give you $9.50.
Well, I spent $2,000.
Sold $9.50. Next part of the collection.
What?
I'm very excited. I've heard great things about this next work. Yeah. Yes. I believe the title for this one is Squat in Thought. Tell me more about Squat in Thought.
Yes, Squat in Thought. I heard once a long time ago, I've lost the source, but it's impacted me deep into my soul, that said that fungi are essentially magical plants. And that is something that really took me to another planet. And this piece is essentially entirely about our childlike wonder and our wish to be magical. This person is shown in a childlike pose because they wish to fantasize about being magical.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Wow, we already have a bid for $420. That's pretty remarkable.
Question. That is my client that's doing the bid.
Yes.
They were asking, how many shrooms did you take to then take photos of shrooms on heads?
Okay.
Yes, good question.
So I really have no shame about the fact that sometimes an artist will alter their mental state to be able to come into contact with a different amount of creativity that we find within ourselves. And yes, it's true that I took psychedelic mushrooms to be able to make this piece. And that I simply will not be shamed for that fact.
I see. And any more questions from our bidders?
Yes.
Yes, you with that hat.
How does the mushroom...
You with the hat, I said, good sir. Your client will have a chance.
I will have my chance now.
Yes, good.
Okay.
Take a chance.
I must ask, how does the mushroom hat reflect our connection to nature?
That was my client's question.
Well, my client also was wondering that.
The mushroom. How does the mushroom hat reflect my
Wow,
Lost in thought.
he's too connected to nature to answer.
Oh.
my hello?
He's not wearing the mushroom hat right now, so he has lost his connection.
Yes. Hello. Sorry. Are you there? Hey, sorry guys. Are you there? Sorry. I used a little bit of a dose before I came on here, so I spaced out super hard there. You were asking about the mushroom hat and how it's connected to my connection to nature. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. So the thing is that it's supposed to be intended
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Okay, sorry, I zoned out super hard again. I should not take mushrooms right before I get on stage.
Please don't.
The mushroom hat is not supposed to be realist. It is representative. It is supposed to be not an exact recreation, and it's supposed to show us that it is impossible to complete these fantasies of becoming one with nature because we are human. We have. In some ways, in our own minds, ascended above nature, and that comes at a cost. And that cost is that we cannot become one with nature again.
Makes sense. Well, I'm seeing a maximum bid right now of $6,969. Would anyone care to beat it? Going once? Going twice? So,
Right.
carbonated milk takes home squat in thought.
I just took that picture off the internet, so zero cost on my end. So
Awesome. You've already made a profit. Moving on to your third painting. Yes. Yes, of course. A bit of capitalist commentary. Very bold for an artist in today's world. What's the name of this photo? Untitled World. That's pretty powerful stuff right there. Tell me more about this untitled masterpiece. Does anyone have any questions about the untitled masterpiece?
Am I in there? Sorry, guys, I super spaced. Where am I?
We're talking about your
where am
untitled masterpiece right now.
Okay. All right. Untitled masterpiece. Yeah, sorry. This one is this one's got something to do with capitalism.
We got that far already. Thank you, artist.
And sorry, is it hot in here?
It's a bit warm.
I bid
Any
$40.
questions?
$40 sold. Next painting, please. Oh, jeez. You know what? No one can buy this one. Next painting, please. I'm a hard pass on this painting. We're gonna burn this one. This is cursed.
No, I want to talk about this one.
No, you don't get to.
I want to talk about
this.
this
Is the final painting.
Oh, yeah, I do. My masterpiece.
No,
This is my masterpiece.
This is a masterpiece right here.
Okay.
Tell me more about this painting.
It's cursed.
All right, thanks. Somebody got me a black coffee, and I'm feeling a lot better now. This is one of my a piece from my earlier times, and it you see, as a more mature artist, I now look at this piece and I see a lot of the downsides. I mean, it's just it has such a specific perspective, and throughout my time I've been trying to increase my perspective, and the perspective with this piece is simply far too fixed. I mean, I won't criticize my own piece. It is about that falling feeling that you get in your gut when you realize that you are alone. This piece is about loneliness, because it is a solemn chair falling, and that is truly what this piece is about. That sinking feeling that you get in your gut when you realize that you're alone.
Yes, we have a question from the bidder.
Yes, my client is prepared to already give $3 quintillion, but the main question is, what is the title of the painting? That is a make or break for us.
Mm-hmm.
The title. You want to know what the title is?
Yes.
Yep, just a simple answer. What What do you call this painting?
Okay. The title is. It's coming right now. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what the title is. The title is the untitled piece number 2.
Ooh, that's good.
What is your client still willing to bet $3 quintillion?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Well, unless anyone can beat $3 quintillion, we're going to call the auction there. Of course, we will be collecting a service fee of $6 quintillion. So all in all, a rousing success at the auction today. Thank you all for being here. Alrighty. You know what? I think we'll call it there. I think. So. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I hope you had a glorious time hanging out with us. We enjoyed hanging out with you as well. We've got a fun, full week of programming coming again next week. Max, are you doing more Zoom beanies?
More cheating at Zoom beanies Monday night.
All right, Monday night, more Zoom beanies. Thank you, Macaroni and Brie, for the other 100 biddies. Much appreciate. Glad you could be here.
Thank you very much.
Yep. So Monday night we're doing more Zoom beanies. Tuesday night we're doing something. Got to figure that out. But we'll be here. Wednesday night I'll be doing more Ape Escape 3. Thursday night Dan's gonna be doing some more bait
With special
switch.
guest.
With special guest.
With special guest Thursday.
Yes.
And then Friday, we'll be right back here for more Show and Tell Live. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Let's go ahead and find some lovely person to raid today. We are going to go ahead and raid. We're going to raid someone named Larrybug, because they're a cool person on Twitch. And they do some cool hula hooping streams. So get hyped for that.
Ooh.
Dan, you got that squared away?
Yep, got it all set up.
All right, so go ahead and give Larrybug some big love. Spam those Bricko emotes, and let's go say hello.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep. Thanks, everyone that's
everybody.
been here all
Bye,
the time.
Bye.
Appreciate it so
Bye.
much. Mwah. Mwah.
We love you all.
Mwah. Mwah.
Thank you.
Mwah.
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 On my back.
Mwah.